Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the day of the video. Darren, how's it going today? Today, it's Tuesday, and we are chilling at home until Laura comes back. We are going to the gym this evening, and therefore we are like having dinner when Laura gets back, and then we're going to head out to the gym late-ish. So that should be good fun. But otherwise, today, there's nothing much to report, to be brutally honest. It's a running theme. Woke up this morning absolutely knackered. I went to bed last night. I wanted to go to bed at around 12, but stayed up till 1 trying to fix a problem I was having with, I think, nougat packages. But it wasn't playing ball with me. I wasn't having an awful amount of fun. So there's that. But I managed to head off to work and stuff, get ready, all that kind of shit on the right time, and I headed on out and we went to work. We got there and I was working on me validator refactoring stuff. It's very dark. I was working on, I had to make a change in order to push some data through. Previously I've had to push some data through, but now I'm in a different kind of chain, so I just like replicated, just pulled in the interfaces that I needed and then injected in all of the dependencies that I required, and it was sweet as balls. After about like halfway through the day, I was like on fire in the morning, churned out so much code, and then at about lunchtime I was just like off a cliff, productivity wise. So I had lunch, did some, tried to figure out how the hell to sort out my nougat package problems. Figured out that I can actually get Wi-Fi at work. If you log on to the employees' Wi-Fi, it asks you to do like a Java security thing. But if you log on to the visitors' Wi-Fi, the only problem is the visitors' Wi-Fi password changes more often. Then it doesn't ask you to do that. So I was able to go on the Wi-Fi and just try and fix my fucking nougat package dependencies. It was a bit of a pain in the balls. Still haven't got it sorted. I think I've figured out what it is that's killing me. I believe it is inside one of the test runners. Inside the internal test runner, the assembly load context wrapper, there is something called the dependency context, and I don't think XUnit plays nicely with it. I don't think they're compatible, which is causing me a small amount of grief. But yes, I'm about to look into that and see if I can get that fixed and all that kind of good stuff. And then in the afternoon I was like tackling a different area. I'm now on like, there's a certain chunk of the code where like it looped through a big list of things and then validated it. And then it kept track of all of the things it needed to keep track of. What I'm going to do is, instead of doing that, I'm going to basically use, essentially, although it's Java, system.link link queries to basically go, get me all of the ones that are like this. Okay, validate these with these rules. Get me all the ones that are like this, validate these at these rules, instead of like cycling through the entire thing and then for each different type doing the different rules. And I think it's going to work out much nicer. But I'm on the tail end. The original cyclomatic complexity of the method was 161. I'm now down to 44, I think. And I'm now going to start hitting not like big chunks off at a time. Like the next chunk I'm going to take off is like at least 10. I think there's only like 3 things now for me to move. So just 3 big things. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty exciting. So there's that. Otherwise, like I say, I'm waiting for the bae to text me to say she's on her way back. The later she is, like the more awkward it is to go to the gym and stuff, because that means we like don't get there till much later and stuff. But it's always quite busy on a Tuesday, so to be fair, like the later the better really. We just get there for kicking out time, eh? Hey, it is literally this dependency. If this fucking thing XUnit falls the fuck over if that's installed. God damn. Right, let's just try. Let's see if an older version works. Oh my god, you don't know how how long it took. I just rolled it back a version and it works. It was pulling in. I've only recently added that in because that's what I needed in order to make sure that I'm pulling in all of the dependencies I need for the external classes I'm calling. Thing is, when I added it, I did like a control.add. It added the latest version, obviously, because that's what it does. But that clashes quite drastically with XUnit, which is my unit tests for my project. So XUnit would just throw errors. And now I bet if I go into the command line and do .NET test, it'll just work. Oh god, man, why was that so much hassle? So, yeah, just one dependency, man, and it fucking knocks you out. And there's nothing that, like, I couldn't figure out anything about that. There was no sign of what it was that caused it. There was no like, oh, there's dependency, by the way. Blimey. Blimey. Well, thank God I can roll back and still use it, and it still works. Hopefully it works. I assume it still does everything it's supposed to do. I'll find out, won't I? And, ladies and gentlemen, we have another time jump on our hands. It is just gone 12 o'clock. 12:15? 12:15, I'm heading off to bed. I last spoke to you, I was programming, waiting for Laura to come home. Laura came back, we had fajitas for dinner, which was really, really nice. It's always nice when we have fajitas. We don't... It kind of feels like a treat, even though it's not really a treat, and I don't know why. So we had fajitas, which is like a nice, light, quick thing to have before we went out to the gym. And we also, like, Laura rang her sister, and we just kind of chilled for a little bit beforehand. I was working with trying to get something running. Chris sent me a video editor / concatenator that can run in the command line. So on my laptop, when I'm unable to edit on Atlas, I can just literally run a script and it'll just concatenate all the files so I can upload it. The only problem with it is that it doesn't compress the file. So before I started vlogging to you, like before I cut to me my dressing gown, that was 1 gigabyte's worth of footage. So at the end of this video it's going to be like 2-3 gigabytes, which is problematic. But in the scenarios where I can't edit, I'm normally somewhere else, which means I'm not using my laptop because I'm doing other things. So I can leave my laptop running, uploading a huge ass video file, or I'm in a place where I'm not really doing long vlogs anyway. So, like, yes, the files are big, but the videos are short, so the files are only small. But I may look into extending it to compress it with like different codecs and stuff. I don't know, we'll see. But it's really cool, so thank you very much, man. Anyway, we then went to the gym, which we went quite late. We left here about 8:30, but it was nice and quiet, which was good. Did like 15 minutes running fast on the treadmill, cycling, did 20 minutes, and then we did like some gymmy stuff with like a medicine ball. We did like cuties, throwing it to each other and stuff, and doing sit-ups, and then just like generic random weight things. Before coming home, sat in bed while we had a cup of tea, and then Laura went to sleep. I got up and started doing some programming. The internal test runner is now able to go through and select all of the test classes from the assembly. It then puts that into a proxy, which can then be sent off to test class runners. That's the part that I'm now like about to dive into. And it's going to be a case of like creating different test class runners based on the test that I'm trying to do. So like XUnit, NUnit, etc. MS test. So like there'll be an XUnit test class runner. This is what I'm thinking at the moment. And then that'll be run asynchronously. So it'll fire all of them, but then as soon as like those inner threads where they run, like say there's 10 tests in a test class, those 10 tests will all be timed internally within the asynchronous thread, and then that time will be reported out to the external thing, and then the external thing is able to monitor the internal thing and kill it if it needs to, because this is where infinite loops can be introduced. It's going to be good fun. So it's going to get like gritty quickly. There's also a couple of things that I need to deal with, like edge cases, i.e. asynchronous methods, with which there are a couple. Methods that assert exceptions, because the exceptions still get thrown, So I need to figure out how they work, and it's going to be like a X unit does it like this. I think it does it like this, so I need to be aware of all of the things that X unit does and make my test class runner work around it, essentially. But yeah, that's about all. I'm heading off to bed because I woke up this morning, I was pretty damn tired. And what I'm about to start is like chunky, so I've stopped early for the night. So all is good in the hood. I'm gonna hit the road though, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Tomorrow, more of the same. Although we are going on a bit of outing because we need to go to Tesco and the post office tomorrow before dinner. So, bit of an outing. Bit exciting. I'll catch you later.